Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and in today's video we are reviewing the RSI Trader. And after our review, we've come to the conclusion that this is a must buy if you are from the US, because it only trades one trade at a time, and if you are a prop trader, because the risk reward ratios are so good. What we're also going to do is we're going to make changes to the settings that we are using currently that will double the income that is being produced. Now, just a reminder, YouTube subscribers get a 50% off this fantastic robot. So let's review this robot. Firstly, it is a simple robot. In other words, it is the most simple robot that you could find because of the very low level of settings required. And the trading concept is incredibly simple. So let's have a look at the trading concept. So as the name implies, we use the RSI indicator, and it's a very simple concept. Basically, the RSI will go overbought, and when it's finished going overbought and it starts coming back, that is when we sell, because that's when the momentum is down. And this same applies to the bottom end. So it goes oversold, and then it comes back and we then buy because it's no longer oversold. The most simple concept ever, but the most effective concept. Now, the automation of this concept resulted after this fantastic video that had 120 views just like that explained this concept, the above concept. And traders got very excited. We then automated the EA, launched it about a month ago, and the results are proving that this technique is a robust technique for US traders as well as prop traders and for ordinary traders, because it can get traded on a very small account of only $300. It is also possible to use extreme settings to generate 100% success rate, and we've also illustrated that in a video. There are also examples of this technique trading $1,000 to over $500,000, and again a video is available all about that. So here we get to the simple part of this. It only has 6 settings. So you have to tell it which RSI period you're going to use, which bottom level, which is the oversold level because it's the bottom level, and the percentage of equity increase if you want to use that, or the fixed lots that the EA must use. And then it's a simple case of telling it how big the stop should be and how big the target should be. Very, very simple EA. Extremely simple. And in fact, you don't even have to worry about that because we supply you with the currency, the time frame, and the settings of this EA. Just a reminder that this EA is 100% US broker compatible. Now, a point that I am going to make in this video is that this EA should be traded as a portfolio. In other words, we don't know which currencies are going to trend, which ones are going to be sideways, and so on. So we don't know those things, and that is why it is better to trade, let's say, 10 currencies at the same time using really good settings where they are likely to be very profitable should the trading conditions be good. But if the trading conditions change, not all 10 will be affected, only maybe 1 or 2, and therefore we suggest you trade this as a portfolio. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I haven't got money to trade in a portfolio, but that is where cent accounts come in, and please go and watch this video. Basically, with $3, you can trade as if you're trading a $300 account. So that allows you to build a nice portfolio. Let's say you want to do 10 strategies. All you need then is $3 times 10. That's $30. You can create a $3,000 portfolio. So there's no excuse not to trade portfolios. So when you purchase, we explain the settings to you in a lot of detail. And besides that, you don't even have to read all of that. We actually provide you with the settings that are succeeding at the moment. And we're going to have a look at that. In fact, let's go and have a look at that right now. So what we did is when we launched the Simple RSI Trader, we had no record, no actual trading records. We had back trading, but no actual records. So we opened 25 live accounts to test these strategies. And here are 20 of them. There they are, and then the other 5 are down here. I'm not going to recommend the variable lot system. I'm going to recommend the fixed lot system, and there are the settings: the currency traded, the time frame traded, and the 6 settings that I discussed earlier. So you don't have to think, you just come here and you decide which of the accounts you want to follow, which of the 20. So there are 10 at the top and another 10 at the bottom, making up 20 accounts. That's how you do it. You buy the EA, come here and decide which settings you need to follow. So how do you decide which settings to follow? Let's go and have a look at that. So what you do is you come to this link. FX Blue uses Simple RSI Fixed Lot Portfolio. And I'm going to click on that one and up it comes. And what it's telling us that this portfolio of 20 accounts has made a return of 3% in the last month. Now I'm going to show you how to double that, but that is the return on the 20 traded accounts that we've left alone. We haven't touched those settings or anything for a whole month. Well, almost a month, 29 days if you're a February fan. So what we're going to be looking at is which accounts do you follow? Let's say there are 20 accounts you can follow. And you want to trade 10 of those accounts. What you do now, normally you would click on portfolio, and for some reason FX Blue is not feeding this information through to this section of the website. So what I do is I go to portfolio over here, click on it, and there are the 20 accounts that we are trading. And you can see it's updated regularly, very quickly. Maximum time is about 4 minutes. And there are the accounts. Now you can see EM1, EM10. So now that relates back to those settings that I showed you earlier. And you then just go down here and you say, which are the best settings? And here's most probably a good one. Number 16. Let's see if we can get one that's better than that. Yeah, that's most probably the best. There's another 140. There's almost 140. So you can easily find the good accounts because they are the numbers, and the underperforming accounts. And therefore you can very quickly, let's say you're going to trade 10 of them, you can, and as we said in the title of this video, we are going to be reviewing these settings and improving them dramatically. So how are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to make the following changes. Firstly, consistency of the profits and the lowest loss and the highest loss not being that dramatic. What I'm going to do immediately, what that is telling me is that our position sizing is too low. So I'm actually going to double the position sizing. Previously, the position sizing was, I think, 0.02. I'm going to make that 0.4. Now, that immediately doubles the income for the portfolio. Simple move. So that's the first move that we'll make. And these changes will be implemented over this weekend when the market closes. I will change all the settings at that point so that they are in effect on Monday morning. Then I'm going to go through the entry criteria, because the stricter we make the entry criteria, the lower the risk on these accounts. And the main setting that I'm going to be looking at, so here we are on the computer that's trading these live accounts. There we see 20 platforms trading the fixed lots, and then 5 platforms trading the variable lot. So the type of thing that I'm going to be doing with every single one is I'm going to click on here, and you can see that this one is underperforming because we started all of these accounts with $300, and this one is now $45 in negative. And to fix that, I'm going to do 2 things. Firstly, so here's a chart of the EA trading away. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I've mentioned earlier, is I'm going to go into the settings and I'm going to say 0.02 is too little. I know this is increasing the potential loss, but I'm going to make it 0.04, and I'm going to do that for all of the accounts. So right throughout, I'm going to do it so that the portfolio gain of 3 will become 6. Secondly, I'm going to make it more difficult for the EA to enter bad trades. Make it more easier for it to enter good trades. And how do you do that? You control that bottom level. If it's too big, too high, it will enter less stringent trades. But if it's lower, it will be more selective about the trades. And I can already see the problem with this particular setting. That 18 is way too big. So I'm going to lower that down to 12. Now that will immediately make this EA more profitable because it will not enter deals that are marginal. It will only enter the very few ones that have gone oversold or overbought and come back using stricter criteria. The rest we can leave for now. Yeah, that's not bad. And the other thing that I'm going to be looking at are the time frames. So this one is using a 15-minute time frame. I'm going to be looking at what is the most suitable time frame, and I will also be adjusting that where possible. But this is a good start. We've increased the lot sizing to increase profitability, and we have made it more difficult for the EA to enter trades that might not meet high entry criteria. Now here's another area that I've just noticed that can be used, and the RSI is set for 4 at the moment. Now if I set it for 5, it makes it more difficult for the RSI to get into those overbought and oversold environments, and that is why I'm now going to make that change to 5, and that will improve this account tremendously because it's only going to be entering quality deals. And we'll say okay. So now I've made the change to the first one, and I'm going to be reviewing all the rest from now on. Okay, so those are the 3 areas that I'm going to be concentrating on. Also, as you've just seen, I might look at the RSI period, which shouldn't be, if the performance is poor, I'm going to make the period slightly higher. Very easy. This is the Simple RSI Trader. Okay, so actions out of this video. Firstly, wait for Monday for the new settings. If you are already an owner of the EA, that is what you need to do. And then select your portfolio of maybe 10 strategies that you are going to follow. If you're not already the proud owner of this RSI Trader, I would strongly suggest that you go to this page, and links to anything mentioned in this video will be in the description of the video as well as in the commentary of the video. Go there, go and buy this EA and set up a portfolio of at least 10 strategies using cent accounts and start trading it. You will not regret it. I'm very excited about the EA. It's a US compatible, it's prop firm compatible, and it is normal trader compatible, and it is making money when traded in a sensible portfolio. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio. Just a reminder to join our expert Forex community of over 30,000 Forex traders. It is free, so don't miss out on any new developments. A link is in the description of the video.